Good afternoon and welcome to Newsfeed. My name is Linda Alela. We have so much lined up for you this afternoon, so make sure that you keep me company right from the word go and all the way. Once again, like I said, it's always a pleasure to have you joining us as we update you on what is happening on the world of news. We have so much in store, ranging from matters politics, matters sports, matters education, matters everything that is happening around you. So welcome once again as we proceed over to take a look at what exactly has been captured. And the Kenya Private Schools Association has urged the government to fast track the process of releasing 7 billion shillings meant to cushion school children, meant to cushion schools, even as they are set to commence the virtual learning program. Students from private institutions will, however, wait until proper guidelines are laid to ensure they all get to benefit online learning. Now, the virtual program launched today will see students from private schools benefit from learning as the government rolled out community-based learning programs for public schools. Let's take a look.
We have started a platform. This platform may not be 100% complete, but we know it is ready for takeoff. We will continue to improve on it because we want this system to be used now and in the future. We are not just looking at this period of the pandemic, but we are looking at even after the schools reopen, how are we going to use this particular system to support education? Because when we eventually reopen in 2021, it is not yet very clear of how we are going to reopen. We have not been told that everybody will go back to school.
Now, as the world marks Breastfeeding Month this August, Kiambu County Government is set to establish several breastfeeding points in public areas in order to promote breastfeeding across the county. Speaking at Makongeni Dispensary Health CEC, Dr. Joseph Murega says observation of good nutrition and diet is a major factor in a successful breastfeeding practice that translates to healthier kids.
Are we in the process of ensuring that in most of the public areas and facilities we have breastfeeding corners?
Maziwa ya mama ni tosha. Maziwa ya mama iko na maji ya kutosha, iko na madini ya kutosha kuweza kuwezesha huyu mtoto aweze kukua kwa afya kwa hiyo miezi 6. Kwa hivyo ndio tunahamasisha kabisa.
Now, business in Kalundu Trading Center within Kitui town was disrupted for hours as hundreds of youth staged demonstrations to protest the county assembly's move to deny Kitui County Textile Center, Kikutech, funds in the 2020-2021 budget. The youth who work at the government making a factory accused the assembly of orchestrating a scheme to sabotage the factory, which has been producing PPEs to help fight coronavirus in Kenya. But the protesters who were marching from the factory at Shugila towards the CBD were intercepted by police at Kalundu, who blocked and later dispersed them, denying them a chance to present their petition to the assembly.
MCS wameleta shida jameni. Wameleta shida ya kukosa kwa approval of the budget ya wale vijana.
Kuna kampuni nyingine iko Kanyonyo imeanzishwa. Already kuna mashine. Na inategemea wanayuthi hawa kwa nyuma yetu waende wakafanye kazi huko. Mkikosa kupitia budget, hawa watoto wataenda wapi? Kikotech wanalia. Kuna kampuni nyingine mama alikuwa anataka kuanzisha Mtomo. Kuna nyingine ilikuwa Mwingi. Kuna nyingine iko Krasha huko. Na yote mnapinga. Mnataka vijana tuibe ama mnataka kufanya nini?
Sisi twaomba mungangane msingangane, mpigane msipigane, lakini nia yetu twaomba mpitishe hiyo budget ili Kikotech ya Mtomo iendelee na Mwingi iendelee, ili tupate nafasi za kufanya, ili tuendeleze maisha yetu.
And back to Nairobi, journalists were barred from covering the Senate Security Committee's sitting that was grilling Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i this morning. The media was chased from the committee room, a move that a section of senators have criticized. Elizabeth Mutuku is in Parliament and now joins us live. Elizabeth, what transpired?
Well, good afternoon, Linda Lela. Just as you said that this Cabinet Secretary for Interior was appearing before this Security Committee chaired by Senator Yusuf Haji, though the media was barred from the committee because of reasons which were not being mentioned to us. But from what I've gathered, this committee met because of the arrest of the 3 senators, that is Christopher Langat of Bomet, Cleophas Malala of Kakamega, and Lelegwe of Samburu. Their arrests during the previous special sitting in the Senate. And from what I've gathered is that the Interior Cabinet Secretary came without the required information, though he says the 3 senators had and have had active cases and investigations were going on. That is the only reason they were arrested over the special sitting, and he was required by the committee and senators to present a written report over why the senators were arrested, and if they were not arrested because of the revenue sharing formula, he has to give the committee a detailed report. As I said earlier, is that we were not allowed in the committee, but we'll keep on following to know what really transpired, because I understand it was not easy for Matiang'i, who is the Cabinet Secretary for Interior. It wasn't easy for him, but I will be gathering the details later on and file a report pertaining that.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth. Indeed, we are hoping to get more later. Moving on, residents of Garite village in Magarini sub-county, Kilifi County, have rejected a salt farm project that is set to be implemented on a 2,000-acre parcel of land, terming it illegal. They staged demonstrations protesting against the project after the tycoon began clearing over 40 acres of mangroves to begin setting up the site.
Tatizo ni kwamba kuna hawa wawekezaji ambao waliingia hapa wiki 2 zilizopita. Ikiwa wiki hii ambayo tuko nayo ni wiki ya 3. Walipokuwa wakiendelea, jamii iliweza kuulizia kama waliingia hapa kwa njia ya namna gani. Lakini wao wenyewe waliweza kujielezea ya kwamba waliingia hapa kwa sababu kila ofisi husika waliweza kupata vibali, ndio posa wameingia hapa waendeleze mradi wao. Hata hivyo, watu wa Malindi Rights Forum waliweza kuja hapa na kuweza kuwahoji. Lakini wakaambiwa ya kwamba kama itawezekana mradi wa usimamishe kwanza, waende katika ofisi ya Malindi Rights Forum na ofisi nyingine husika, ili miradi huo unaweza kuendelea na jamii ikiwa inajua. Na wakaambiwa kwamba kama itawezekana ili mradi uendelee, ni jamii ihusishwe kikamilifu, waelezewe jinsi mradi huu utakavyoanza na jinsi utakavyoendelea. Lakini hata hivyo walipoambiwa waache mradi huu usiendelee, wao walianza kuendelea.
And it's a bit of politics. A section of leaders in Trans Nzoia County have backed a move by the Ford Kenya Party's National Executive Council to expel the party's Secretary General Aseli Simiyu, Kandui Member of Parliament Wafula Wamunyinyi, and nominated Member of County Assembly, that is Cynthia Mutere. Boniface Baraza reports.
Nominated MCA Philip Nyongesa said the move will restore sanity in the Lion Party, which has in the recent past been hit with turbulences following the attempted coup.
Wale ambao walipanga kuu katika chama, najua kwamba wengine walitumika, wengine walifanya kwa sababu ya tumbo zao, lakini tunawaambia kwamba warudi chini, warudi wakue wanachama tu hapa chini, na wajifunze kukaa kuongozwa na wengine. Na pia tunajua kwamba chama kiko na utaratibu wake. Naambiwa tarehe 20 mwezi wa 9 tutakuwa na NDC na tutapata sasa uongozi wa chama kutoka chini mpaka juu.
Kapomboi Ward MCA Bernard Mlipuko says the move is a step in containing divisions in the party, saying it was wrong for Wafula Wamunyinyi and Aseli Simiyu to be used by leaders they are termed as detractors of the party.
Najua Dr. Iseli pamoja na Wamunyinyi na Wangamati si kwamba wamefanya mambo haya kutoka kwa moyo. Walitumika, na wametumika ni kwa sababu serikali yenyewe imekuwa na mipango ya kuangamiza upinzani. Wamekuwa na mpango wa kuangamiza upinzani ili tuwe na sauti moja, na sisi hatungelipenda. Kwa hivyo Mheshimiwa Moses Wetangula bado yeye ni kinara. but mimi namuomba kwamba aendelee kuwaleta watu hawa pamoja, wasiwatimue namna hivyo, tuende mbele.
Mlipuko further sounded an alarm on youth who are being used to drive divisions within the party.
Na vijana wengi wanaozungumza mambo ya Ford Kenya, ukweli mbele ya Mwenyezi Mungu hawachakuwa wanachama wa chama cha Ford Kenya. Wale ni ndugu zetu, tunawajua, wamekuwa mrengo wa Jubilee, wamekuwa katika mirengo ya New Ford Kenya, hawajawahi kuwa katika chama cha Ford Kenya. So ni vizuri kama vijana kuzungumuza, tukizungumuza kama sisi ni wafuasi wa Arsenal. Na Arsenal leo hii haiko kwa uwanja. Tusijifanye kwamba sisi sasa ni wafuasi wa Man U.
The decision by the Ford Kenya National Executive Council NEC is awaiting ratification by the National Delegates Conference. Boniface Barasa, TV47, Trans Nzoia County.
And on that note, it's time now that we take a short break. Newsfeed will be right back with more news, so keep it right here. Well, thank you so much for choosing to stay with us. Newsfeed is back and we still have so much in store for you. So make sure that you keep it right here as we proceed and we pick some of these stories that have been left moving on, the updates of the latest that you've heard. And Trans Nzoia County has recorded over 11,000 cases of teenage pregnancies in the last 1 year. This is according to the report or a survey conducted by the County Department of Health Services that was released today during the launch of a Linda Jamii initiative, Trans Nzoia chapter. Boniface Baraza has the details.
Speaking during the launch of Inua Jamii initiative, Trans Nzoia Deputy Governor Dr. Stanley Tarus expressed fears that if drastic measures are not taken, teenage pregnancies will surge beyond 11,000 cases that have been reported so far.
Today, 11,000 children or girls pregnant in Trans Nzoia. The Ministry of Health, can we have the data for every ward? I'm also directing that all girls who are pregnant and boys who have made them pregnant undergo counseling to be provided with social protection and allowed to resume schools with no victimization.
Many girls are said to have fallen prey while trying to get sanitary towels.
When we sat and listened to these girls, most of them actually fall prey because they do not have sanitary towels, mafuta ya kujipaka, and those small things.
The Health Committee chairperson in the County Assembly, Daniel Kaburu, challenged the county leadership to empower youth through programs that will keep them busy during this pandemic.
As a county, let's also impress youth financing so that these people are always engaged, so that they also don't just appear idle.
Tuhakikishe kwamba kuna filamu ambazo zinatembea kwenye mitandao. Tuangalie kisawasawa ni filamu gani ambazo zinaweza pewa jamii kuangalia.
Teenage pregnancy is coming at the time when we have all our focus on COVID-19, and the effect of COVID-19 has now been the reason of early pregnancy.
Chiefs and their assistants have also been warned against entertaining teenage pregnancies in their areas of jurisdiction.
Deputy County Commissioner Security Committee zao tuko na jukumu ya kuhakikisha tuna deal na wale wanafanya mambo haya, na number 2 we prevent. That is why hatuta entertain mahali ati dhuluma hiyo itakuwa kubwa and we assistant chief na chief there is nothing they are doing about it, then we will not have a job to do.
Boniface Barasa, TV47, Trans Nzoia County.
Mombasa County Old Town residents want the government to compensate them for the losses and suffering they endured during the 1-month lockdown between May and June. The residents now say there was no justification for the lockdown.
The residents want the national government to provide justification for the cessation of movement that was in place in the area.
We are almost certain hii lockdown ya Old Town ilikuwa ni uonevu, na to challenge county government and central government waje very clear, watuambie the reason behind the lockdown imetokamana na ABCD. Maana mpaka sasa wanazungumza tu, wanasema hapa ilikuwa hivi, na watu wote wanasema no, it is not true. Shafamu. So hili ni jukumu la serikali sasa kuja na kutuambia ule ukweli.
Malipo ya ridhaa, mwanzo malipo kwa wale waliokuwa karantina wakalipishwa, pili malipo ya ridhaa kwa wafanyi biashara, raia walioumia kwa njia tofauti, masomo, watoto waliokosa ridhaa, tulipe kwa shida zote zile zilizopatikana.
According to a survey which was conducted by Okoa Mombasa in collaboration with Muhuri, 91% of the respondents of Old Town have not been tested for COVID-19, given their belief that the disease is either not real or is not in Kenya. A vast majority did not know anyone who has been tested for COVID-19 in their neighborhood.
Sasa walikuja kaka pale for Jesus wakapiga bla 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 bla. County government ikafanya national government ifunge. But there was no need scientifically, there was no need unfairly justified by anybody. So sisi tukaja tukasema there's need to form an association that will address not only governance but service delivery, mambo ya maji, mashimo, mataka na kila kitu. So we're not here to fight, we're here to have a platform where we can talk. so that next time mtu asije tu akaja akatuambia leo basi msivute pumzi tutawachaji huko Old Town ama mtani, so we'll have somebody to fight you back. So that is the reason we're here.
Abdallah said many businesses suffered losses as a result, while families of those forced into quarantine were forced to cough up to more than 1 million shillings cumulatively. They want the national government to compensate them for the losses incurred and suffering they were subjected to.
All right, now, elders from Embu, Meru and Tharaka Nithi counties have supported ODM leader Raila Odinga's call to have a referendum before the 2022 general elections. The elders have said there are critical amendments that need to be done on the constitution through the Building Bridges initiative before the country goes to the polls.
Wakati Deputy President alienda njia yake kufanya mikutano na njia yake, naye president anaenda njia yake, ni kama nchi ya Kenya iko na watawala wawili. Hiyo ndio tumeona, na ni shinda kubwa, na imeleta shinda Kenya hii yetu mpaka wa leo. Kulingana vile tumeona hiyo ugumu vile umeenda, ni president achaguliwe, alafu deputy president awe ameelekezewa kidole na president, alafu aapishwe, kwa sababu huyu ni mtu wake yule ambaye anaweza kutuma mahali. Na ndipo tunapendekeza sisi referendum ianze, ili yao marekebisho iwe imerekebishwa, tukienda uchaguzi tuende ikiwa tumerekebisha mambo hili ambayo tumeona imetatisha Kenya hii yetu.
All the way to Kigali, the Rwanda Biomedical Center, RBC, is starting the use of disinfection kiosks as man-made Rwanda anti-COVID-19 solution that technologically facilitates a full-body disinfection. Diana Ireza with the details.
So what you're seeing behind me is a disinfection kiosk that was made by a local tech company known as SMS Group. And basically this kiosk is designed to spray disinfectants on individuals that walk through it. According to the Rwanda Biomedical Center, SMS Group has been working in consultation with officials from RBC while developing this technology. They also say that it is a good development and there is hope that it can be rolled out to benefit the wider society of Rwanda. Such a kiosk costs 10,350,000, but there are cheaper models that don't have the option to collect information costing about 3.5 million Rwandan francs. SMS Group say that they are capable of manufacturing up to 5 kiosks in a day, but can step up their capacity depending on the demand that is there. Once fully rolled out, the kiosk will be set up at places where many people meet, including churches, schools, markets, and shopping malls, among others. Now, all raw materials that were used to make this kiosk were sourced in Rwanda. The kiosk has a 40-liter tank of sanitizing liquid that can treat 1,200 people. That is 1 liter per 30 people. Diana Iriza, Kigali, Rwanda.
And away from that, Mali